What's up, YouTube? Siegfried Tulane, and today we're going to be talking about Genshin Impact Endgame and the potential it could have. I'll see you guys in just a minute. Genshin Impact, a game that came out in 2020 during the start of COVID. A game that had amazing potential and never fully reached it. What could Genshin Impact's endgame be? So, I've seen a lot of content creators talking about Genshin Impact endgame, but I've never seen a lot of kind of discussions on what would be good in game Genshin Impact. Now, a lot of people are saying that they want something to use their characters in, right? But I think they kind of miss what Genshin Impact is supposed to be. Genshin Impact is supposed to be a exploration game first. And I think that, to be perfectly honest, we have so many gacha games with combat-based endgame that really isn't that big of a thing anymore. I mean, so many gacha games actually have combat-based endgame that I feel would be just a carbon copy. I think Genshin Impact could actually have the potential to be something completely new that people have never really seen in a gacha game before. And it would solve all of the problems. So let's talk about that. Number one, respawning chests. Respawning chests would be the best thing possible. However, let's be honest, right now, Genshin Exploration is awful. It's not fun. Ever since Sumeru, where you had the 3 or 4 layers, exploration has become more of a chore than fun. Exploration was fun in Mondstadt. It was fun in Liyue. You know, oh, I'm going to climb this tree. Oh, look, there's a chest. But then you got Sumeru. And you got some of the secret areas in Inazuma and Fontaine. And now all of a sudden, finding chests was a pain in the ass. Let's be honest. Having to go underwater, search underwater for this chest, or having to go underground and go to 4 or 5 layers in a maze to find a chest wasn't fun. Let alone doing it for bugs. You know, I mean, like, let's be honest, just exploration in general, chest, mats, all that crap got worse in Inazuma. It did. And you had little lightning bugs in Inazuma that you had to go around and find. You had the special areas, which were just ridiculously hard to find stuff in. It wasn't fun. And Sumeru got worse, and Fontaine got worse. So I think that if you just make respawning chests, it wouldn't be as fun. I think what Genshin needs to do is respawning chests with treasure maps. Like, imagine you go to an NPC once a week, and he gives you, in each town, so you have Liyue, Mondstadt, Inazuma, Fontaine, and Sumeru. Five areas, right? Every time you get a new nation, you get a new set of these, meaning that your natural endgame would increase. And you have the maps, right? There are 4 kinds of chests: common, exquisite, precious, and then I think one more, right? Like luxurious. I never remember the 4th one, but there are 4 kinds of chests, right? And here's what you do. You use those 4 chests. There is no reason, first of all, that we cannot earn around 1,600 gems a week. I'm just going to say 1,600 gems should be an easable achievement once a week. And right now, you earn 60 doing dailies. This means that you earn a total of 1,600 gems a month There is no reason we could not make this number higher. Think about it. A patch is 45 days, right? About. So that's a month and a half. So if you're earning $1,600 a week times 6 weeks, plus an extra $1,600 from dailies, plus another $800 from half the dailies, that's 12,000 Primo Gems every patch you can earn. That's almost a 5-star every patch. Split between 2 banners, to be clear. Okay, so that means out of 4 5 stars, you're going to be guaranteed 1 featured every 2 patches. That, first of all, would solve the reward issue. Let's be perfectly honest, that would solve the reward issue. Second of all, it would give endgame that fits Genshin's design. So let's talk about how would you design these treasure maps. Well, first of all, I think that at 1,600 Primo Gems, right now we have 5 different worlds, right? You just take that number, you divide that by 4, you make each area a farmable of 4 Primo Gems a week, right? Which technically would make it a bit more. It would make it around 2,000 Primo Gems, which would be around 8,000 a month, which would be 9.6k every month with dailies, right? Still, it's going to be guaranteed, 400 Primo Gems every new zone. It makes sense because that means new characters are coming in, and you're going to need more money for those characters. You're not. It just seems like basic to me. And then what you do, since you have those 400 Primo Gems, right? You divide the amount of Primo Gems from types of chests. So you have 100 for the highest end chest, you have 50 from the next chest, you have 25 from the next set of chests, and you have 10 from the last set of chests, right? So, let me think. Let's see, we have 100, 50, 25s, 10, yeah. So you make your basic chest, 10 basic chests, and they offer 10 gems every time you find them. You get your map, it marks all 10 chests, and you go and you just find the chests. Very basic, easy stuff. The next difficulty, you have mob spawns. You have to kill the mobs and the chest appears. They still appear on the map. The final one, maybe, mobs that are typical to the commissions hunts, right? Where they're a bit harder, they're a bit heavier. And then you make that final mob a world boss, right? In each zone, a world boss that appears. And you kill him once a week, you get that big chest, right? And if you go, the more people in their party, the higher his, you don't make him impossible, but you make him challenging. You make him something where you have to think about it. And you make it a boss whose element changes. So you never, you got to think about what element it is. And then you have to make a team to counter that element, So pretty much like the commissions, but a much harder level, right? I really think that would make the game so much fun. Like, if you have every week, you're like, okay, the week reset, we need to go and we need to farm these chests. First of all, this gives content creators something to do. And if you think about it, right? You're looking for 17 chests in each zone. Okay, 17. That would be a total of 85 chests. 85 chests spawn in each nation. And that would be a lot of endgame for a week. Because you're going to have to go and find these chests. You have a map, you have guidance to it, you can go directly to it, you can literally be guided to it, but because, I don't think that's fun as being lost as fun, but you still have to go and get them. That would be, I think, a lot of fun. And if you take a look at the amount of elements, right, there's 6 elements. In the end, wait, is there 6? Let's see. Water. Let's go over what we got. We got Anemo, we got Dendro, we got Geo. So we got the 3 non-base elements. And then we just got water and thunder. There's still cryo and fire. So there's 7. Okay, so there's still another 2 we can get. So if you take a look at that, that would mean that the total end game gems at the end of having all cycles would be about 12.8 a month. Okay. Add the rest of these on that we need. So let's see, another 3,200 for that other 2 weeks for patch. You're looking at 1,680 a patch. If we divide this by 1600, that's only 10.5 multis. That's still guaranteeing a 5-star. It does make it easier to get the 5 stars, but there's more 5 stars at this point in time. So at a point when all 7 zones are unlocked, you're at 10.5 multis every 45 days, every patch. That is a good, healthy amount. It really is. This means that, again, free-to-play players are going to have more of a chance to get a featured 5-star every patch. Well, they can actually get a 5-star every patch, meaning that they're going to be guaranteed a featured 5-star every 2 patches that they summon on. That is perfect. This puts them at a very fair place. And then at that point in time, you don't really even got to worry about bigger rewards. You can just throw in a multi. It's like, look, we give you this. We're just going to throw you in an extra multi this month for this. You know, I think it'd be fine at that point. But imagine being able to go around and find a boss that is difficult, but doable, right? A boss that's not going to die instantly. A boss that has different phases. And you have 5 of them you have to kill. Like, that would be fun. You know? You have the chest you just go and you find, the chest where you have to kill the mobs, like normal, the chest where you have to kill a boss like the typical bosses we fight, and then a chest with a huge world boss. That is just like, you know, that is obviously above the level of the domain bosses. Like, I mean, I'm talking about a real boss. You know, and I would say, honestly, in order to keep that boss free to play, his HP does not regenerate. So if you get, like, say, 50% and he kills you, his HP stays at 50% for the week. I think that would be good, you know? This would give people who don't have, like, these overpowered accounts to go in there and to overtime chip away the health to get the reward. But this would also give those who want to test their characters a chance to test their characters. I just think that this is the endgame Genshin needs. I think this would be great endgame. I think the rewards are more than fair. You know, it does encourage people to play the game more. I mean, finding 50 chests. If it takes you 1 minute to find each chest, that's still an hour right there to go find all the level 0 chests, you know? And then it takes you, another 2 minutes to go find the other chests because you got to find them and kill the mobs. You know, that's another, let's see, 8 times 5, 20 minutes. So now we're at an hour and 10. And then, of course, the boss ones, take, say, 3 minutes because they make it a little bit harder. You know, that's another 6 times 5, 30 minutes. So now we're at an hour and 40 minutes, right? And then the final boss, man, if that boss takes like 10 minutes to kill, 5 to 10 minutes to kill, let's just say 5, you're looking at over 2 hours of endgame every week. That is a perfect amount. Because that's enough that people who want to, have good endgame, they have good endgame. And people who want to, who don't have time to just go in and play the game nonstop, can still go and finish your endgame, sorry, reasonably. It's a good balance. So, the reason I'm making this video is people keep talking about Genshin Endgame, but nobody kind of comes up with, I think, good examples that aren't just rehashes of other examples. Let's be honest, simulated universe in Honkai Star Rail is its own thing. I've never seen something like that before. It's great. And, the Elysian Realm in Honkai Impact 3rd is a lot of fun, too. I mean, Elysian Realm in Honkai Impact 3rd completely changes the units. It's a lot of fun. It is its own endgame. Nothing in another gacha game has an endgame like that, where your unit's completely changing. And it has a whole different level up system, and it gives you a whole new reason to play units. And the same thing goes with the simulated universe. So, anyways, guys, that's my personal opinion on endgame for Genshin Endgame. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What would you do for Genshin Endgame if you were in charge of designing it? What do you think Genshin should do? Do you think that this style of maps would be successful, or do you think people would get bored with it and move on? Anyways, guys, that's just my take on things. I'll catch you guys all in the next video.